Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamlah, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham, Rekakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us the truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading his word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Kotas of Zion from the GMS Holland branch, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video. The Lord willing, this video is edifying. In this video, I want to go into Revelation 13, verse 1 and 2, and it reads, "The beast from the sea. And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Gone. So this beast that came out of the sea is the NATO and the EU and America. And the 7 heads which you saw, which John the Revelator saw, or the 7 governments, or the kingdom that is ruled by Esau. The 7 governments bundled together, they form the kingdom of Esau. They form the rulership of Esau, which is Germania Major, Germania Minor, the French, Spanish, Greeks, Romans, and the British. And the 10 horns, which had 10 crowns on them, those represent the common market, the common European market, it was called the EEC, but now it's called the EU. You see? And the countries that are part of it are Belgium, Denmark, France, Italy, Luxembourg, Netherlands, Greece, Spain plus Portugal, England plus Ireland, and West Germany. You see? So, and upon it, there was this woman, as the scripture is going to say, and that woman, that is America, because America is steering that beast. You see? So reading it again, Revelation 13, verse 1, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns," which represents the rulership position that they have, "and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Verse 2, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority." Gone. So the beast, which we already know, is the NATO, EU, and America. It was like unto a leopard. So the head, the starting point of the head of this beast was like unto a leopard. So that represents the starting point of this beast, the starting point of this empire, which it all started with Alexander the Great. He was the one that put Esau in rulership at first. If we go back to Daniel 7, when it speaks about the 4 other beasts, that ruled this earth. We are now in that last beast, in that last leg of the beast. So I cannot of the beast, but we are in that last beast. You had 4 beasts. So the last one, that's what we are talking about right now, And the head was like unto a leopard, starting with Alexander the Great, the creep. That's where Esau started with his rulership, and his feet were as the feet of a bear. So the feet of the bear, the feet represent the end, the ending part, the part where this kingdom is going to be finished. And that bear is Russia. So it started with the Greeks, Alexander the Great, and it's going to end with Russia, the bear. And his mouth as the mouth of a lion, So that lion-like mouth, that those are the British. You see, because the British, they are the mouth of this beast. You know, the British, they knew that they had to get out of this EU because it's a controlled demolition. You know what's happening now to the euro. So the British, they knew that they had to escape because they don't want to get weak like these other nations. They know what they're planning, so they separated themselves. But the British, they are the mouthpiece of this beast. You know, they are the ones that begot America because in America you had three revelations, not revelations. How do you call it? Fights for wars for independence. You had the Spanish War, you had the French War, and you had the British War. So the Americans, they came out of the British. So the British, they are the mother of America. They are the mouthpiece and the mother of America. They steer America. You see? Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50, verse 12. And it reads, Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. So this is speaking about the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America, and the mother which bore America, which we just spoke about, are the British. So this is to prove that point. This is how you can link that the mother of Babylon the Great is England, the British. So going back to Revelations 13, verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of the bear, that is Russia, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion, which are the British. And the dragon gave him his power. And the dragon, that was the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire, they were stomping and threshing and pulverizing all these other empires. You know, their army was so ruthless and so devastating. You know, so the Roman Empire, the Roman armies, they gave this beast this power, this rulership seat, and his seat and great authority. You see, so that goes back to their might, their mighty army. Let's read verse 3 also. It's Romans 13. It's like Revelations 13, verse 3. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death. And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Gone. So that time that this head was wounded, that was the time that we put them in the Caucasus Mountains. You know, we pushed them out of Europe and pushed them into the caves. So that's when the wound was. That's why they were wounded. You know, Esau. And his deadly wound was healed. And how was it healed? He came back out of the caves. And that was in the mid 1300s till the mid 1400s. That's the Renaissance period, because Renaissance means rebirth. You see? And his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. Gone. So people didn't think that he would come back in rulership, but the Most High made it to a point that he came back into rulership. And that's how we are in this predicament that we're in right now. You see? That he is ruling over us. That he is in that rulership position because it's prophesied by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You see? But in the end, you know what's going to happen. 2nd Ezra 6 verse 7, this kingdom has to fall for the kingdom of Yashar Allah, which is Israel, he Prince of Power, the kingdom of the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans has to be established. So this all has to be done away with and crumbled down and be destroyed, man. You see? Gone. And this is an illustration of that breakdown. You have the 7 heads, which are the 7 governments, a kingdom ruled by Esau, Germany Major, Germany Minor, the Romans, French, Spanish, the Greeks, the British, and you have the 10 horns, which had 10 crowns on them, which represent the EU. And America is that whore that sitteth upon that beast. You see? And this is the charagma that they have on all the products. You know, the first barcode, the first line or stripe on the barcode is a 6, the middle one is a 6, and the last one is a 6. And this is what he wants to brand the people with in the near future. That's the charagma, you know, which John the Revelator saw. So beware of the charagma. Beware not to take this, because this is a branding of you as a product to this man, to this man's kingdom, to this man's rulership. And mind you, when Yahushai comes, which Yahushai is the person that everybody ignorantly calls Jesus, he is going to come and put the heathens and Esau in their rightful place and destroy them. And everything that is joined hand in hand with Esau is also going to be destroyed. So beware that you are not going to be a product of this man, which this is his image. This is what he's working towards. This is what he wants to put on all his products. You see? He wants to make you a product. So you have two people on the forefront that are pushing this. You have Bill Gates, that is literally speaking about hipping people. But then you also have this Elon Musk guy, that it looks like they're fighting one another, but both of them have the same goal, that is to brand people. The one wants to do it with the charagma in the hand, but the other one wants to do it with the charagma in the head, you know, by way of transhumanism, by way of making people super strong, you know, super intelligent, super this, super that, you know. But both of them lead back to 666, to the mark of this system, this beast system, and all those roads lead to death. So with that, I hope this video is edifying. And I want to say Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Raka Kodash, Shalom Akim.